Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to explain Simpson's 3 by 8 rule in numerical methods. So Simpson's 3 by 8 rule is one of the numerical method which is used to evaluate the definite intervals. So now you can take f of x, you can find the integral of 0 to n y dx that equals to 3h by 8 that can multiplied with y naught plus 2 multiplication of every third term of your y terms, that is y3, y6, y9 and so on, yn minus third term, and it can be added to 3 multiplied with the remaining terms which you are not yet used in your formula. That is, you cannot include like y naught, yn terms, and you cannot include all your third term of your y terms. So simply you can take the remaining terms like y1, y2, y4, y5, y6 is again not there, and y7 you can take, y8, y9 is not there, and like that you can take up to yn minus 2 plus n minus 1 elements, and then we can add the last term into your formula. So now I'll explain how you are going to implement the Simpson 3 by 8 in C programming. So this is a program. So if you want, then you can watch my previous video which I had explained the Simpson 1 by 3rd rule. So I can take the same example. So that is, I can take a function f of x is 1 by 1 plus x. So I can implement like Simpson's 3 by 8 for the same example. So here stdio and mat.h are my header files. So this is my function. So f of x is my function. In that I am going to return my f of x value as 1 by 1 plus x. So in this my main function, so I can take two variables n and I. So which I am used in my program for loop, as well as the number of terms that can be uh, entered by the user. And then I'll take the another variables a and b for taking the lower and upper bounds, and h is for intervals, and z is for generating my x value. For that I am taken my variable z, and then I am using my sum value as 0, because here I am differentiating the terms. That is, the modulus of 3 will makes the every third term of my y values, and I can separate the remaining terms and I can add by using the same variable sum. So now I am finding my result by using this integral variable, and after that I want to display all my x and y terms by using this x and y arrays. So now I prompt the user enter the number of sub-intervals, that is a multiplication of 3. So I already explained in Simpson 1 by 3rd and 3 by 8 rules. Always we have to take an intervals is of multiplication of 3. That you can take simply 3 or 6 terms or 9 terms, like that you can take. So now that n value is taken by the user by simply a scanner statement. So and I ask the user for the initial and final limits, that is my lower and upper bounds for my integral, and I am trying to find my interval, that is I am using the fabs of so b minus a is nothing but it will take the upper bound minus lower bound divided by the number of terms is entered by the user. And now I am trying to print all my y values which is generated. So here I0 I less than or equals to n number of terms given by the user, then I plus plus x of I, that is x of 0 term is initially taken by the lower bound, and it can added your I value and multiplied with the h value. So here the h value is generated and that h value is taken here. So by substituting this x value in f of x, so we are getting the equivalent of y position value. Suppose if you are taken x of 0 position value, then it will use to generate y of 0 position by substituting the x value in a given f of x value. So now it try to print all your y values which is generated, and here is again I am using my for loop because I want to take this z and I substitute in my f of x value, that is 1 by 1 by x. So here I am taken as a variable z. So simply I can differentiate these two because I already used x here. So now you are getting the conflict that for what purpose you are going to use your x value. Because of that, here I am taken one more variable z, and this z value is similar to your x value. So now that x value you can substitute in your f of x, and here we are using the if, that is I modulus of 3 equals to 0. So what this if function will do is it will take every third term, because if I is 0, then what's happening, 0 modulus of 3 is equals to 0, then you can include that term. So because here we are not including y naught term, because of that reason your for loop I naught starts with 0. So you can start your I with 1. So it will take 1 modulus of 3. It is not 0 because 1 modulus of 3 is 1. So now the else part is executed. It will take initially your sum equals to 0, and 0 plus 3 multiplied with f of x, that is 1 by 1 plus the z value is substituted there, and that is summing to here. So in this way it will separate every third term, and that term it can be taken by here, and that all the third position terms is can multiply with 2, and all the remaining terms it can multiply with 3, and after that you can take these values to substitute in your formula. So this is your formula. So your formula will say for finding the integral, so simply you can take 3h by 8, then multiply with so what is your f of a. So f of a is nothing but your y naught term. So because a is your initial term, so because of that it will take the y naught term, and then it will take your yn term, because your b is a upper limit here, and now the sum it will take the sum of these two. So either it will generate the sum in if condition or else if condition. So everything it will be stored in your sum variable only. So now here after finding the integral value, you are going to print that value by using this printf statement. So simply we can take the integral equals to percentile LF, because you are taken that double value, and now that integral value is printed. So here I will show you how to execute this program. We just simply compile and execute this. Now it will ask you the number of iterations. So I'm interested to take 6 because the multiplications of 3s I can take. So I can take 6 intervals. So and my lower limit is 0 and my upper limit is 6. So it will generate all my y values. So which is similar for Simpson 1 by 3rd, the y all y values, and only the difference here is for Simpson 3 by 8 the formula is different, right? So I hope you all can understand. Thank you.